cross. Today, the flag consists of 13 horizontal stripes, 7 red alternating with 6 white. The stripes represent the original 13 colonies, while the stars represent the 50 states of the Union. The colors of the flag are also symbolic. Red signifies hardiness and valor, white denotes purity and innocence, and blue represents vigilance, perseverance, and justice. The American flag is a huge part of the history of the United States. To learn more about U.S. history, check out WatchMojo.com.
Hey, this time of year, we all keep getting pinged with political fundraising.
So, shut stupid off. This happens when you get in here like at 30 seconds to go and roll it up. No, Flag Day. One of the probably least celebrated holidays in our nation, but maybe one of the most importante of that day we honor our flag, whether it's Betsy Ross or who basically has been credited with that. It's what the flag means and should mean to all of us. We use it to honor our country. We pledge as one nation. We take the good, the bad, and the ugly. And again, it recognizes everyone who's sacrificed, given, and built the greatest nation in the history of the world. That's what the red, white, and blue stands for. I think we're losing a lot of that history, that sort of sense of community, sense of, we all belong to this. It's kind of ironic with all that's going on, and happens to be Donald Trump's 78th birthday. He was lucky enough to be born on Flag Day this day. Some of the really interesting history behind it, as it said, George Morris, earliest reference, he was the first guy to put out the idea of it in Chicago in 1912. It really needs to, I think Flag Day should be a day that's off for most people. We get back to, maybe we should, maybe we will, maybe all the turmoil and crap we've gone through, maybe we'll finally figure out, take a little pride in our country. Stand up for that flag. Say that Pledge of Allegiance loud and proud whenever it is recited. And that's another way of honoring our flag and building that sense of community. I see too many people or too many places where you do the Pledge of Allegiance and people are just kind of like going through the motions. And I wish I would add the Red Skelton clip on that. That was absolutely fabulous on his take on that. It was one that should be played, well, not only in every school, but maybe everybody should play that Red Skelton rendition of saying the Pledge of Allegiance. But hopefully one day we'll figure out that freedom doesn't come free, and that's what the Flag Day stands for and should be another reminder of us of it. on this very storied day. Gavin Newsom was rolling his trap down at the border, saying he's putting he's doubled the National Guard troops down on the border. And he's down there in his GQ looking, hey, ain't I a pretty boy? Sunglasses, and the whole shtick down at the border in the San Diego sector, not the hot San Diego sector where they're all coming. Let's play the first clip, of Gulag Gavin Newsom.
Down here at the border, Tijuana, right behind me, San Diego sector. This is the San Ysidro port of entry, not too far away, which is the largest in the Western Hemisphere. We were just down here with the National Guard, meeting with customs agents as well as Border Patrol, talking about our partnerships. 390 National Guardsmen and women that have been working, particularly as it relates to fentanyl here in the state of California. Look at the bottom line. At the end of the day, they need more resources. Everybody needs more resources. And the Republican Party has been consistently standing in the way of providing the resources, the support for the men and women working hard, not only here at the border, but out throughout the state of California and this country to address the issues related to the border. It's time for them to stop playing politics. It's time for the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, to stop playing politics and do the right thing.
Let's see how many lies we can come up with Gavin Newsom in 48 seconds, which was the end of that clip. Well, let's take the last one first. To stop playing politics and do what's right. I have to totally crack up. Gavin Newsom is telling others to stop playing politics and do what's right. One of the masters in the last 10 years that have been playing politics with every issue and doing exactly the wrong thing. Anywhere from COVID to expanding vagrancy to letting people out of prison, letting crime run rampant, jacking up our fuel prices, our water prices, our electricity prices, our grocery prices, and every other prices, so we can't afford nothing. And even if we could afford anything, the roads are so jammed you can't get there anyway. And even if you could get there, again, it's so expensive you can't afford to do anything anyway. So they've locked you into this. I guess Pretty Boy thinks he can sell you anything, since it pretty much looks like people have discounted him. They were trying to pump him up as president stand-in for Joe Biden, and that looks like it has utterly failed. First, he says this, which is true. The California sector is the largest, or let's say San Diego is the largest, the San Ysidro port is the largest port we have coming in. It's not the longest mile, I think, that we have. But yeah, for goods and services coming in, sure. Now, that's a whole nother can of worms, but goods and services has nothing to do with the 20, 30 million illegal aliens that came in. Most of them are not coming through the San Ysidro, actual San Diego area sector. They're coming about 60 miles down the road in Yucamba and across there where it is much more mountainous and desert terrain and much harder to control. He says we're down here with the National Guard, meeting with customs agents.
As well as Border Patrol, talking about our partnerships. 390.
Talking about our partnerships. We're going to see what the California or the Border Patrol has to say about that statement. Is it a lie or is it a lie? We have 390 National Guard men and women down at the border, waving people in. Making sure the drug cartels get their drugs across so those nice big brown paper sacks are sitting outside the porch at the governor's mansion or Plump Jack Winery or wherever. The Republican Party has stopped, is standing in the way of providing the resources to support hardworking Border Patrol and yada, yada, yada. No such deal. Joe Biden is the one that's not funding them. Joe Biden is the one that has the authority. Joe Biden has been given the money by Congress, which is controlled by the Republicans, at least on the House. Joe Biden has not spent the money on securing the borders. He's turned the Border Patrol into a consigliere service, waiving, processing illegals coming into our country. He says, throughout the state of California, we are going to address this. So let's check in with what Bill Melugin has to say. What the Border Patrol and that have reported. Governor Newsom's office responds, confirming that the California National Guard is not assisting Border Patrol in the Cuhumba area where mass illegal crossings are taking place and is instead only focusing on ports of entry where legal crossings take place. Governor Newsom's office confirmed they are not the National Guard, even the paltry 390 members of them, are not stopping illegal entry into this country. They are down there at the legal ports of entry, where there's probably problems coming in, but that's mainly they're down at the legal ports of entry to make sure the Mexican and Chinese drug cartels are getting the drugs across, because I think everyone can figure out the reason why that is. Melugin further states, claims California is doing our job as the San Diego sector leads the nation in illegal crossings, and there is zero effort to deter or enforce the state level, nor are there any California National Guard on hand to even help Border Patrol with simple humanitarian tasks that would free up agents to do their jobs. They're not even handing out water bottles or anything or helping with the processing. They're over at the legal points of entry. Great to have confirmation in writing that despite the photo ops and claims of doubling California National Guard at the border, none of them are working with Border Patrol in Cuhumba, where Fox News live shots continue to show men from around the world pouring in daily, many ending up street released at the trolley station in San Diego. You can't make this stuff up. Like it says, Melugin's reporting, Melugin got it confirmed from the governor's office that little 48-second tape was misinformation at best, if not outright lying through the whole thing. Like you say, how many lies you want to count? 3, 4, 5, 10 in 48 seconds? This clown, Gulag Gavin Newsom, is like, probably very few politicians that we've ever seen. Pressure mounts on Biden administration to issue a national terrorism alert after arrest of suspected ISIS-tied border crossers. We've had the reports of the 8 or 10. How many? We have no idea. Could be 1,000, could be 10,000, could be 100,000, could be 1,000,000 terrorists have been let into this country by the Biden administration's policy on throwing the borders wide ass open. 6 Russian nationals. ICE sources confirmed. They warned the agency about men from Tajikistan and probably every other stan. Wiretap revealed saying, remember the Boston Marathon bombing? I'm afraid like something like that's going to happen. Wiretap target previously released shows them that this is a planned deal. Chris Wray, the FBI, the odious FBI director, a couple months ago said, dudes, Biden administration, why are you doing this? We can't keep track of it. You're letting so many in. We have no idea how many terrorists have been let in. Matt Finn, another reporter from Fox News, rolls in this. Good Friday morning outside San Diego, fresh group of migrants freely crossed into California, made fires while waiting to proceed, little or no deterrence, and no California National Guard. There's the picture from Matt Finn of Fox News. You see miles of this. And Newsom's down at the border. Saying, oh, this is lovely. Can we have some more of it? The sad part of this is we're not going to have an American flag if we keep this up. I mean, there will be no Flag Day. It's incredible. Of what we're doing to ourselves. Man, oh man, one day maybe we'll get it together. I hope it's in another 6 months. I hope we start unelecting a lot of that. You saw that from the homelessness to the electricity price. That's if you just do the X machine on Doofus. It's not surprising he comes out with that tape. He still in his mind thinks he can fool everybody, or most of the people. He's really that arrogant, that self-centered, that he thinks he can just, there's no consequences. Everybody will believe his line of BS, because let's face it, for almost 20 years as him being elected official, he's been elected official in California for 20 straight years. Mayor to San Francisco to lieutenant governor to governor. And he's gotten away with it. thank goodness it looks like at least in 2024 he's not going to export this to the other 57 states, as Obama has said. But it's truly amazing. Something else. So I say it's more imperative than ever before we get our S together and get it together quickly before we reach that point of no return. Be back in a minute here. As you know, I've been talking about standing up for our country, doing something. These big box stores stayed open while the little guys closed. Will our voices be heard? Does voting with our dollars work? PatriotSwitch.com gives patriots the power to walk away from the big box stores forever. Stop supporting the enemies of freedom now. That's why PatriotSwitch.com was created, for those who support America. PatriotSwitch.com. Is your car doing the hucklebuck and afraid you will be stuck? Well, head on down to Toyota of San Bernardino, Nissan of San Bernardino, Subaru of San Bernardino, and the San Bernardino Auto Mall, and catch a Camry, look ravishing in a Rogue, or be styling in a Subaru. Don't forget I-10 Toyota in Indio for those of you in the lower desert. You deserve to be the happiest human on the planet. So head on down to one of these 4 great dealerships for the car of your dreams. Spread the word. IE Newswire is now on every Monday through Friday, live at 5 p.m. on Rumble and KMET 1490 AM, 5:30 to 6 p.m. Join all the cool kids who want an eclectic look at the news without all the filters of the evil scoundrels of social media and the despicable dorks of the dominant press. Don't bumble and stumble. Subscribe to IE Newswire on Rumble and roll with the best hillbilly hoedown around. That's it. If you want to buy American, go to PatriotSwitch.com. If you need a new Toyota or Subaru, you're going to want to Cliff Cummings Great Dealerships at San Bernardino Auto Mall at the 10 and 215 freeways. Don't forget I-10. Toyota down in the lower desert. Again, happy birthday to Donald John Trump, the 45th president, soon to be the 47th president, of course. Honor Flag Day, the day we honor our nation's flag, the stars and stripes, the red, white, and blue. On that, and of course, this Sunday, Father's Day. So happy Father's Day to all you dads out there, especially mine, and because everybody's got one, despite the rhetoric that everybody comes up with that's trying to change that or trying to change reality of everything. Man, we're living in a bizarro world all across the board. But hopefully brighter days are ahead. I think so. I really do think people are just had enough of this noise that's been going on. And I've said maybe we had to have that reality check we've had the last 3.5 years. Longer than that in California, we know, but maybe they'll participate some of that. So maybe Steve Garvey will beat Adam Schiff for California senator. Wouldn't that send everybody figures now Trump's going to win. If you start getting guys like Steve Garvey and stuff elected and then move that down to the lower ranks, it's going to make a lot of people nervous, but the vast majority will be happy with the results. That'll do it for today. But as we usually say at the end of the week, it's mandatory you're back here in 71 hours live. Due to the best darn show in the whole wide world. Until then, see ya!
The proceeding was a
All right, Roy, have a good weekend.
We'll give it a big shot.
All right, take it easy.
Bye.